Yeah, we're doing
Okay,
it. We're
well,
doing
I might as well just go on and
going in what?
uh open my beer. This
Yeah, might as well. You got you. We already know it's a
Bud
platinum.
Light Platinum.
You've been hanging on to it.
This is Bud's best. Budweiser's been around a long time, but this is Bud's best. So you don't get no better than the Bud Light
Yep.
Platinum.
Much you talking about it.
Yes, sir. And this I was getting back to the 6% alcohol. See,
You said we gotta get you some different beer, Grandpa. You've been doing Bud Light Platinum too much. This is the show.
no,
We gotta bring
who sent me a
alcohol
12
and
pack?
things of that nature. Huh? Huh?
I said, Freddie sent me this 12 pack. I can't. Well, I could drink it and bring something else next week.
Sorry, Grandpa. We'll figure it out. Let me see what I
Yeah.
got. I got
Okay.
this. I got New Holland Spirits Rum Punch.
Oh yeah.
New Holland Spirits Rum Punch. It's
You had that last week.
No, I didn't have this last week. Did I?
You did.
Did I?
I'm wondering. I'm asking.
I don't remember that. Maybe I
Oh,
did.
yeah.
I don't care. We're doing it. We're doing it old school. If I did, I did. I don't care. I don't
Right.
This is made with passion fruit, pineapple, and orange coconut.
Man, that's a beer.
This is 9% alcohol.
9%, eh?
Yeah, it's 9%.
But it ain't no beer though. Eh?
No, it's not. It's a mixed drink.
Hello, Crystal.
Hey, Pops. Hey, nephew.
Auntie. We thought we were doing classic shows again. Like, yeah, y'all been busy.
Oh. Yeah, it's been crazy. I was running around and he's still to me. He's on his way. Then when I saw he wasn't done, I had to run up and take him his beer. So when he's ready, he's ready.
Oh,
What you got today, Auntie?
what you drinking?
So he has the bottle, but today we're drinking Dogfish Head 120. Ooh.
Oh, dolphins. Did you say dolphin's head?
Dogfish Head.
Dolphin.
Oh, dogfish head.
The name isn't much better. It's so much better. And it's funny because I was just thinking when I was pouring this one, how I couldn't remember what the first beer I had, because Dogfish is the brewery. Dogfish Head is the brewery. And the first time we had one of their beers, I remember posting it. I hated it. And I remember posting it, and my brother was like, well, what did you expect with the name Dogfish Head? Like, you would think it's going to be disgusting. But this 120 is crazy delicious. It's a IPA, and it's typically the ABV is about 15 to 20%. So that's why you see I don't have a bottle. We share a bottle, because if you drink a whole 120, you're going to have an early night.
Oh.
And it'll put hair on your chest. We typically don't drink it in the summer, but today is the little one's birthday plus our nephew's birthday. I got to call him or text him. I don't know which number's right. And then it's also, our anniversary weekend. So we said, why not?
This your anniversary weekend?
Yes, sir. 20 years Saturday.
Okay. 20 years that was in Cole's birthday today, right?
Yeah,
Cole's birthday and RD.
RD, they on the same day?
Yes, sir.
All right. I didn't know that.
Tell RD happy birthday.
What is this, the 30th or the 1st?
The 30th.
30th? Oh, okay. I get my days. I think it was 30 days in June then.
Yes, sir.
Some years.
Right.
It's 30.
And because it's such a great day, I decided to bring the homie. I knew you wanted to see him, nephew.
Okay. Where is my cousin at?
What is that?
He's in the other room. Want me to get him?
Is he sober? Can he walk?
He's only 18.
Oh, I'm just making sure. Taylor's on their birthday. The age ain't nothing but a number, right?
Now look here. Your other one, the 21-year-old, that boy can drink. He's a Taylor. We tried to get him for his birthday, but his drink of choice is rum, and he's been playing with a little tequila here and there. But it always throws me off when I go to the liquor store to buy his drinks, and then they card me, and I'm like, I'm buying this for my kid. Like,
sound better.
I know, right? But we take
Mine is for my
turns,
children.
That might get you locked up.
right? That's what I'm saying. Like, no, my son's 21. But it's funny because we take
I was fighting for my grown-up children.
right.
Fighting for my kids, they call the police.
Right, like she's buying alcohol, buying real alcohol. But sometimes we take turns where he's like, "Mom, I'm about to order some liquor. What you want?" I'm like, "That is crazy that my child can buy me my wine, and I love it."
You could buy liquor and have them delivered to you now in Chicago.
Yeah,
That's
you can get you can get on Instacart, and then there's this other app called Drizzly.
Drizzly.
Look here.
Okay.
I don't name nothing, but yeah, you can get all types of stuff now. So yeah, he's quick to order some liquor from the grocery store. Think about it. That's what we do. We send Pops liquor. We send him beer.
Yeah, it makes sense. I was just telling Grandpa, like, we gotta get him some different beer. He's been drinking Bud Light Platinum every episode. We got.
I just got it last week. Yep. I had one more today. Tomorrow, I mean, the next time I'll go into something else, you know. But we got to give Bud Light a break now. Bud Light Platinum deserves at least 2 times in a row.
Oh yeah, see the shirt I wore especially for the show today.
IPA.
IPA.
A lot when I drink.
Are you that nephew? You can't be. You're not.
I'm looking at it.
What happened to the Crystal? You
I was showing my shirt because I'm drinking it.
Okay.
You done had Grandpa
worry. I didn't know what I was looking at.
Like, what happened to the camera? But my girlfriend made me this.
Let me see it.
So the shirt says IPA, which is a type of beer. IPA line.
Okay. Okay. All right, thank you. IPA.
Yeah.
Oh. So nephew, what's the topic?
Well, we got a few things. I mean, Grandpa, he started off talking about Bill Cosby. Just got released today.
Did he?
Or he's going to be released. It's been all over the news.
I don't watch the news. I really
yeah. Well, it's been on the internet too. Like, it's been like.
You know where I got my information from?
What?
Your husband.
The what?
Your husband, Sean Hank, on the message.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to say that Bill Cosby was being released today. In fact, they sent a picture. I don't never participate because I don't know how. But anyway, I read the stuff that they be having down there.
You talking about Bill Cosby?
Found out Bill Cosby was
Bill Cosby.
And sent a picture of Bill Cosby in jail. I mean, out of jail.
You know what? You know what's funny? That's such an obvious joke, and I'm mad I didn't think about that. I'm mad.
Jay-Z called him that in what song was that? I was cracking up. I said, did he actually call that man Bill Cosby?
I don't.
How are him or Bill Cosby supposed to help me? He said Al Sharpton or Bill Cosby supposed to help me. What song is that?
I don't know.
It'll come to me.
I'm sitting here and I'm thinking that should have been a layup, and that should have been obvious. I should have thought about that, and that's why I can never be a comedian. I'm never as funny as I think I am because that should have been obvious. That's a layup.
Layup all day.
Layup. Bill Cosby. That's funny. But he got let out today. And Grandpa's, I guess, the B-roll of the show before the show was running. He was talking about. What's that? What you were talking about, Grandpa? Can you hear me?
Again?
Remember you were talking about Bill Cosby before the show and about money and stuff?
Oh, actually, on one of the episodes, I was saying, in this country, if you ain't got no money, you go to jail whether you're guilty or not. If somebody accuses you of something because you ain't got no money, there's a lot of loopholes that people could get, like Bill Cosby's loophole. It don't apply to you if you ain't got no money because you ain't got no lawyer to be digging into what's right and what's wrong. They just say, okay, you're guilty. And your lawyer is paid by the public, so you ain't got no lawyer.
Yeah, that is the thing. When the scales of justice are paid by the same people, is it really justice?
Yeah, and then especially when you're in an area where you're supposed to be judged by your peers, but your peers don't look or live like you. So you're in trouble. I remember a few years ago, I got jury duty. And I actually
jury duty.
Jury, don't do me. Don't do me. Jury duty. And I actually wanted to be on that case because it was a case of a young black man who was arrested for resisting arrest. So, little young black guy, he had to be in this, early 20s, little short locks. And I was like, I want to be on this case to at least, because I'm looking around at everybody around me, and I'm not.
Like he gonna have to be guilty for me to convict him.
Yes, I'm gonna have to be like, son, like, come on now, like they got videos of you punching the cop, like it would have to be obvious, but they didn't choose me.
They felt it. They sensed that you would be fair.
Because I had locks at the time too. They were probably like, they both got locks. Like, no,
they're like, get this man's cousin out of here.
She might be bright skinned, but they look like they related.
Bright skin. Okay, we just dropping gems today.
Hey, let me ask that question about the lock. Dreadlocks?
Yes, sir.
I see some people, men, that ain't real, is it?
Yes, sir. RD has them now.
Huh?
RD has them.
Way long.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, our hair grow like that.
Yes, sir. You just
I seen a guy in the store a while ago.
Yeah.
And he had long, and I said maybe he got a weave in there or something because they was coming all down.
Now some people do get the faux locks. They call them faux locks, where they add them to your hair. But even with that, they can still grow. But just naturally, when I had my locks, they were down to the middle of my back, and men's hair do the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you should see RD's. Oh, and we put color on his now, so they
dreadlocks.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yep. Shoot, I'd like to see that.
Hold on, let me yell for
him. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Oh, you put stuff on me. I was like, I can't hear you yell at all.
See, because I'm a professional. Okay. But but I did end up getting on another case, which I hated. They want to say hello, happy birthday, and they want to see your locks.
Happy birthday, man.
Yes, sir. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Look at my young man with all this hair.
Let him get a little closer in the middle where I can see all of it. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah.
And how long did you grow that?
But if you want the longer, you got to add to them, right? What? Well, this guy's hair is down to here.
They're going to keep on growing because he started this last July. So he's almost at
Oh, wow.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
All so
right. RD, third.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, babe.
Auntie, one day I'm gonna find something that will impress RD.
Good luck. You know what? Honestly, that's why he's going to school this fall. Because he is so impressed by that school.
Yeah, where's he going to?
He's going to the School of the Art Institute in Chicago.
Oh, in Chicago. Okay. Art Institute.
But he's going to do online for the first semester, at least, maybe the year. But the fact that he took a gap year, he still wants to go. He sent out 103 scholarship letters. When I say him being on that campus made him glow. Like, we don't see that often. It was just like he couldn't stop smiling, and I was like, "This is it."
They got a beautiful campus.
It's a city campus. It's literally downtown Chicago, so it's not like the campus itself is beautiful. It's just.
But I mean, it's a big enough. You say campus, not big enough to call it a campus.
So it's spread out. It's the city. It's inside of downtown. So so they have like they have a main building where your financial aid and stuff like that, but then they have other buildings where they have all types of buildings. They have dorms that are spread out. They're, the part the art museum. So it's nice though. It's just the curriculum is awesome. The facilities are awesome. And so you wouldn't expect it, especially because they do all types of art there. So it's not just about drawing or painting. It's, film, just all types of stuff. So yeah, the facilities are awesome. And they don't even allow majors there. Like you can't have a major because they want you to try everything.
Oh, okay.
Get your diploma then if you don't have a major.
It's I think they're I forgot what they call them. They're like broad studies.
Yeah.
But you know how like I was in the school of business, but my undergrad is in marketing. They don't do that. They don't say it's just in graphic design. It's like they have a overarching umbrella for all of it. Because that's what I said. I was like, excuse me, so how we know if they on track, what the diploma goes to? I forgot what it's called, but yeah, it's pretty dope. It is pretty dope.
Well, that's interesting. That's something new. I wouldn't know.
I'm getting ready to go back to school.
I don't know how to quantify that.
I'm quite sure it won't cost me. I can do online classes. Because one time there at the junior college, I went there a couple of times, and at a certain senior citizens, I don't think pay nothing no more. You know.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, up until I was paying because I wasn't 65. You know.
Okay.
But now I can go to school for free. I think.
Dude, we need to use your information because y'all got the same name because his school ain't free pops. It's
I know it is.
37,000 a year.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is that sounds like
that
a
ain't
federal
too bad.
crime, and we don't know anything about that. If it
I
did happen,
about 70,000. You know.
we at the Untitled Beer Ranking Show, the views and opinions do not match.
You say I don't speak for the show, huh? But
no, I'm saying hypothetically, hypothetically, if that were to happen, like we are unaware of any dealings in this manner.
So this is y'all didn't peep how Pop just lives totally different. Where he said 37,000 a year ain't that bad. What?
Right. I was doing a comparison, see. But I keep hearing people talking about 70,000, 80,000. So
yeah, because Notre Dame was like 60 something. So
yeah. Because Shantae got that one from, of course, Shantae said that was through the public, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There was 73,000 for that Harvard.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
And that's real crazy.
That's crazy. And it's just crazy. I was talking to my my virtual assistant yesterday. She's down in the Philippines, and so it's crazy. I know I feel like I'm skipping subject, but I'm not hanging there with me. But as much as we talk trash about our healthcare system and stuff like that, because it is, when I got on for our meeting yesterday, she was like, ma'am, I've been on hold for 5 hours in the queue online just to make an appointment for the COVID shot. Like she got online, there were 38,000 people in front of her. And so we just started talking about just the healthcare system in the different countries. And it just made me think about healthcare and education. Those are things that are supposed to be free, that everybody's supposed to have, that a good country would want their people to have so that they can prosper. But it just makes no sense that we get charged for basic stuff in this country. Basic. We are supposed to know and be healthy, period. Know and be healthy, but they don't want that. They want to. I always say they want us dumb and sick, so that they can keep getting over. That's my mini rant for today.
You can't make no money on healthy folks. Come on.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think our health system here is rated 29th in the world.
Out of how many? 30?
How? Our health system.
How many? 30.
That's yeah, it is what it is.
I mean, it's crazy. Like, have y'all seen? I think we've talked about it on here before. Have y'all seen the documentary Sicko by Michael Moore? Sicko came out.
I haven't seen so much. I forgot.
Well, they were. So basically,
7, 8 years ago, I don't know.
He did. Sicko is just. It was a documentary about the medical systems in different countries. So Canada, Europe, and basically highlighting how the American government, the system, they're just trashing us and just overcharging us and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the guys from Canada was on a golfing trip in Hawaii. This man's bicep snapped into his chest. I didn't even know that was possible.
That's incredible.
And exactly. And he refused to get treatment in America because of how much it was going to cost. That man flew all the way back to Canada for his surgery because he was afraid in the bill.
Hey man, that money pain will.
Be like, give me some ice. I'll be all right. Give me some ice.
I'm pretty sure he had a little cocaine. He was like, I'm gonna ride this out. I'm gonna ride this out.
It's like major pain. He's like, oh, you want me to take? Let me see your fingers. Let me show you.
Oh.
You'll get there. You'll be fine. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's probably a pretty expensive procedure when a whole muscle group just ups and moves to another part of your body.
Yeah.
I can imagine what you could have did to make a bicep flip. I don't know what you could have did to make your bicep do a Will Smith and turn his whole life turn upside down.
Did you say that, nephew?
So the bicep actually moved?
It snapped. It snapped and popped back into his chest.
That's what I'm saying. You know,
it was like a rubber band.
I don't even know how that works. The human body is astounding that when you can, through skin and everything else, just effortlessly lose a whole bicep and it just snapped. It lets me know he was doing something he shouldn't have did, because your bicep doesn't just teleport for no reason.
Man, I'm like, how hard were you swinging that doggone club? You know, just on a golfing trip. Nah, but that's a shame. But
no, that wasn't no golfing trip. He was doing something else. Your bicep don't just move from swinging a golf club.
Man.
I'm not that I'm a doctor or know anything like this, but if you go, like, I'll tell you this: if you traveling on a trip and you get that severe an injury from swinging a golf club, you Superman, because you know this guy's I've never seen before. He was doing something else. He said it was golf. I'm gonna have that, because if you want to endure it till you get to Canada, that's a story you don't want. Because think about this: once you get into Canada, you don't gotta explain nothing that you did illegally in America no more. You done. You back in Canada. Those American times are in the past.
Do you know that they actually, Canadians, they can get like daily and like weekly insurance for when they visit the state? Like Michael Moore's uncle and aunt live in Canada. They said they refuse to visit the States without getting that temporary insurance. I'm like, what? That is crazy.
That's wild. I didn't know that. I didn't know you can get insurance that didn't cover you wherever you went.
Yeah,
what about Canada? Aren't we fully covered?
You know what? See, I'm living like a poor, because I didn't know about travel insurance. I'm just out here living, thinking nothing's gonna happen. See, that's the thing now. Once you become aware of something, then it becomes something that can happen. Like when I was ignorant to the fact that stuff couldn't happen to me and I had my insurance to cover it, I was fine. Ain't nothing ever happened to me. Now I gotta get travel insurance whenever I leave my house. Like it ain't nothing gonna happen, man. That's wild. I didn't know that. That's great to know.
Yeah. Crazy.
How often do y'all get travel insurance?
Huh?
How often do y'all get travel insurance?
I ain't rolling the dice, man. No, sometimes, like I think we had travel insurance in Africa. I was concerned about that. But the truth of the matter is, if you go over there and get sick, it ain't gonna cost you $40,000 to get some Band-Aids. You know what I mean? Like you can literally, like me and Pops, we took the malaria pills, we took the yellow fever shot, all that stuff was like $400, $500, $600 or something like that. It's $5 if you do it over there. Literally $5.
And didn't they tell you about some natural stuff you could have drunk while you were over there?
Yeah, the mem trees, because they're up and down the streets. Yeah, MIM. Yeah, Kwame and Nkrumah planted those mem trees up and down all of their streets. And it's like a natural remedy. So that like when the mosquitoes, the malaria, they just take leaves from the mem trees and boil it, drink it, lay down. And it's like a few hours, you'll be all right.
So you mean to tell me the Africa's health. What country was this in Africa?
That was Ghana.
So Ghana's healthcare plan is we're gonna plant some trees, y'all. If that malaria flare up, go make yourself some tea.
Yeah, because there's always natural remedies, right? America and Europeans is always trying to get you to take all these drugs because they beefing up industry, right? All your politicians are bought and sold by the pharmaceutical industry, right? If it ain't pharmaceutical, it's Wall Street. It's basically, the top 500 companies in the country. They the ones that own your politicians. So why if you can put some seeds in the ground and grow something to heal yourself, they trying to dead that.
Like, how many laws is it now where you can't farm in certain areas? Like it's zoning and everything.
Yeah.
We're trying to buy a house right now. When I remember one of the things on the application is, are you using this for commercial use or farming? I'm like, why do you need to know if I'm growing stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like we were talking about the other day, some states you can't collect rainwater.
That's
Like,
very
that is ridiculous, though. Like, it's fall literally out of the sky on my property, and you're telling me I can't put down bins and collect it? Like, this country ain't right.
For cutting that grass.
I see you echoing.
I think that's your uncle. We ain't had an echo till he got on here.
That might be Uncle. Uncle, you echoing.
I don't hear no echo.
Okay. Well, we're going to figure it out.
Y'all hear echo? I don't hear echo.
It's not all the time.
Say something else.
All right. We're going to deal with it. It's all right. We don't got one person watching. Thank you.
So okay, cool. Joshua told Pop, you got to get another beer. Like the Bud Light Platinum show. Pop said, this beer so good. It's good. It's worthy of being back to back.
Pops like that one, boy.
Salute.
Yeah, we gonna get you a new one for next week, Pops.
Man, my man found something he like. Ride it out, Pops.
Well, you remember the premise of the show was trying new beer.
Yeah, the premise of the show was to try new alcohols, but it is what it is now. I mean, some weeks y'all just gonna see us drink the same thing.
Hey, I tell you what, this is fantastic.
Yeah,
we drink it.
That's the dogfish.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Such thing. In case Grandpa said I may have drank this last week, but I don't remember. So I'm gonna give it an 8. It's good. I like it.
Oh, okay.
This is spectacular.
Okay. What's it taste like?
It's
So it's an IPA. So it's like the IPAs that you've had, but it's not as bitter because there's so much alcohol involved.
There's a lot of fun.
You said it's not as bitter. You said it's not as bitter. You said it's not as bitter.
No.
You said it's not as bitter because it has more. Dang it, I was trying to say a joke. It's all right.
I'm like not as bitter. You said it's not as bitter.
It's real caramely, but it got heavy alcohol on the nose. But it's fantastic.
It's
like 18% alcohol.
Yeah. So Pops, IPA is India Pale Ale, and it's just the way that they a form of brewing. That's all.
What's IPA mean?
India Pale Ale.
India Pale Ale.
Yes, sir.
Dad, you remember when we was in Normandy and we was in that gift shop and I was buying those beers, and the guy came up and told us why it's called India Pale Ale, because the British they were importing their beer back and forth to India, right? Because the British Empire dominated India. Right. But it was so far that the beer would spoil on the way. Mm-hmm. So they realized that if they put hops in it, that's what makes the bitterness taste. The more hops they put in it, the longer the beer will last. So they started adding hops to the beer on the track to India so that it wouldn't spoil, and it became known as the IPA or the India Pale Ale.
Oh, India.
Beer history, you get all types of stuff around here. You learn things from an empire that's, raping and pillaging and stealing land and murdering folks, but they find that it's important enough to maintain their beer, right? We're not going to maintain lives. We're going to rape and pillage and destroy folks' lineage and history. But boy, they came up with a good beer out of it.
You know, it's like that. It's like the yin and yang sign, man. Like that little dot of good in that black evil.
Right. That was a dot. Yeah.
A little
Some
dot.
decent beer came out of it.
Some decent beer. I mean, shoot, there's a lot of stuff happening lately that's different. Like, remember we were Uncle Pooh, you missed it. We were talking about how Bill Cosby is getting his charges dropped or conviction changed today.
Yeah.
And I saw someone on Facebook talk about it a little bit. They also talked about how Kwame got out too, and they're like, black men are getting out left and right, and I'm just like, that's just two people. Like, let me know when the majority of us.
Yeah, don't get carried away. Don't get
Yeah.
carried
A lot
away.
of them, 500,000.
So was Bill Cosby declared innocent?
So
No,
let me
it was
read
this,
what it says. It
well, I
says,
got no information from y'all, you know, on the
I'm about to
messages.
tell you, Grandpa. So it actually says that his conviction, like the judge, the conviction was thrown out.
Right. He wasn't. He
I'm
was
not sure
guilty.
I'm not sure what that means in legalese, but it sounds like that. I guess he's not guilty of anything. If you're not convicted, you're not guilty of anything, right?
That's what it sounded like to me.
So
No, they said he was guilty. That wasn't why he got out. It wasn't because he wasn't guilty. He got out because the judge, the lawyer, they wasn't supposed to bring this up no more. I guess he paid a lot of money out, and that was supposed to have been the end of it. But then they bring in the criminal aspects of it, and the Supreme Court said, no, you know, y'all let that go. So he's guilty, but y'all violated from civil to criminal case. You know, y'all violated it. So that's why
All right.
So they're saying,
I got a question.
He was guilty as charged, but he had already made a deal, you know, to keep it civil, I guess.
In the civil case, because
when you pay out money, you ain't guilty. You just paying out to let's make this go away.
no,
Yeah, right.
Because you don't pay no money and admit guilt. You pay money to.
That's not what it is. What they're saying is that because of that, he was denied protection from self-incrimination. So because they didn't charge him before, it allowed him to speak freely in a different lawsuit, and that was the testimony that they used to convict him.
Right.
So basically, it's a loophole. Not saying that he's guilty or not guilty. It's like, oh, all my rights weren't protected.
Yeah.
So he got out on that.
So he's been in jail for I don't know how long illegally.
Yeah.
So can he sue? His pill popping ass needs to stay in there. I don't give no doggone, and I don't give a damn how long ago it was that happened. I don't care how many women it was and how long it took for them to say nothing. The man did it, so I don't feel no guilt on him being in no.
So is Cardi B going to jail?
For what?
Because she admitted that she was drugging men, raping them, and taking their money. She admitted.
I don't know nothing about that, but she
I just wanted to hear she was that now too.
I am firm on that.
Cardi B is one of the big. Cardi B.
We gotta do one at a time because there's echo.
Yeah, Cardi B is a big singer. Like a big name right now, but she's a woman who admitted to date raping men and stealing money from them. So I just like to ask the question: is she gonna go to jail too? Because that was a decade ago, 10 years, 20 years ago when she did it.
That was more like 7 years ago.
Yeah, I mean a long time ago though, right? It wasn't yesterday.
The same. If any of those men come forward and say this is what happens, she needs to go to doggone jail. I stand firm on that. That is how I feel. Period. And it ain't about it being Bill, man, woman, anything like that. Whenever you are using a substance to make people go along with something they typically wouldn't go along with, you're exerting power and you're raping them, you go to jail. Period.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that. What I'm asking is because the how he was incarcerated is now in question. Can he now sue? Because if they held him incarcerated for that number of years and it was found out that it was under false pretenses, was that a crime committed against him?
I mean, he probably can, and I think what probably happens that they appeal all convictions, and it takes a while for the appeals process to go through. But most people, like, sometimes they can sue the same way you can sue the dang on police. Sometimes you can. So, but he probably does have a case. But that's why he had a good lawyer. Obviously, they got him out because he only did 3 of how many years was he supposed to do?
I thought he was in jail for a long time. I thought he'd been in jail for more than 3 years.
Nah, he was convicted in 2018.
Okay.
2018?
Yes, sir. And he was it looks like he's about to get out anyway. They said 3 to 10 year sentence anyway. And he served 2 years of the sentence. He'd only been in there for 2.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. You think he's going to do the Kwame route and try to be a preacher now, or?
Kwame a preacher?
Yeah, he had a church service like last week.
Praise him.
Kwame said, if I can't get this political money, we gonna get this religious money.
Hello.
We gonna get this money, huh?
Man, I heard people were saying
Kwame did he did what Trump did. He extracted defeat from victory. He had it all. His mother was a representative, and he was a mayor of a major city, and the money was flowing. And he turned around going to jail, and she losing her job.
Hey, you see, Trump top executives about to get sentenced. You see that?
what right now?
What?
Yeah, like some top executives in Trump not administration, in the companies are about to get sentenced or something. Well, I saw it like briefly in the news. Trump organization expected to be charged with tax crimes on Thursday. Trump audit excitement meets with fear from election officials. Yeah. So it looked like something about that happening.
Yeah.
Something that we don't know what it
Now
is.
the charges come up
That's the operative term.
New York. DA. I think tomorrow will be a civil case. I guess because you can't put a organization in jail, can you?
Yeah, you can take a whole. It's like what's it called when they take out crime bosses? It's the oh God, I forgot what it's called, but it's where you can charge a whole organization for like a crime or something. Jesus, what's it called? I gotta look it up, but what is it? Let me look it up.
I think some of the leaders, bosses in the organization, they can charge them criminally, but I think with the organization itself, they can't. They just got to get somebody in there that's real wrong. Wow, something like that.
Can they take down everybody or just the executives?
I don't know. Everybody gonna play stupid though, so we'll see who actually go to jail, right? Because it's like the Enron thing, right? They were criminally. Everybody was passing the buck. Like who actually went to jail though? Like I don't know.
It was like one vice president.
Huh?
It was like one vice president who got charged with that.
For Enron.
Yeah, like just
they pinned it on him. I'm sure in the Trump organization, he gonna pull the same thing, right? Like they gonna pin it on somebody. And like, dude, just take the fall, man. It's only gonna be 10 years. We got 10 billion set aside for you. You'll be all right.
Well, there is something, I forgot what it's called, where if you can, it's something where if you have probable cause and you have so many umpteen links between people in an organization, you can then charge the whole organization with the crime. I'm just trying to remember what it was called. Jeez, I wish we had one of our our consultants. What do we call them when they come on? Huh?
It's not consultant.
Dang.
It's gonna come.
It's gonna come when the show over. I'm gonna blank on it. I'm like, there it is. But no, man, it's wild because we are in, like, I don't expect anything really come from this Trump thing. Like no one, enough people in America either don't care or don't have the power to do anything about it. That's why I've learned about this stuff, because it's like what you said, Auntie. we got people who are divided about what happened with Bill Cosby or whether or not. I mean, because we don't know about even how this justice system really is working right now. Because I don't know how you get away with holding someone in prison if you don't actually have, if you can overturn it for logical reasons, then you should allow people to not to be in prison until you actually have concrete they're convicted and you can't take it off.
But the thing is that typically in cases like that, yeah, I hear myself. Typically in cases like that, the information itself showed that he was guilty, right? He got convicted of the actual act. And his lawyer, like whenever you see people get convicted, the lawyer always pat him on the back, whisper in their ear, basically saying, "Don't worry, we're going to appeal." During that appellate process, whatever it is, they're looking for every little thing. That's when they're looking at a lot of processes as opposed to information. They're looking for these loopholes. Was he read his rights? Did they interview this many people? Like that's when that stuff comes out. So it's not necessarily per se that he was being held illegally. It was just, the fact that the original judge didn't even notice it or recognize it, like, hey, it's just things happen, but it's because the law is so doggone granular that's why they have whole teams of people who have different expertise levels of research. So I don't think it was like, oh, we think you're guilty, we're not sure, so hang out at your house until it was, hey, you were found guilty of this crime, but somebody messed up down the line. They figured out somebody messed up with the process.
Is this something to be wary of though, as a private citizen, knowing that your justice system can be so easily undone because of so many loopholes? Like, why are there so many loopholes? Like, we're talking about, like, is the law logic based? Is it?
Yeah.
Have you been paying attention?
Yeah.
I'm just asking, why is it that for better or for worse these loopholes exist? Like, what is it with all this stuff where if you don't file something properly, someone who may or may not committed a crime just gets off because of that? Like, so it's like, what, whether you did the act be damned? Is that what I'm to understand? Like, what is that? Doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, you gotta have like the process got to be written out beforehand, right? You can't be making it up, because if somebody is guilty, you might just think they're guilty, and then you might just assume that they're getting away with it, right? But they got to go through a rigorous process that everybody agreed to, and if you violate that process, then they got to get off, because I mean, it's just kind of how it is. I mean, it's just, could you imagine literally running the country? Like how like how difficult it has to be. I consistently cry, moan, and bitch about things that's done, but you gotta have like the highest respect for individuals that are actually trying to execute this thing, because it's got to be pretty tough.
I mean, definitely, like Grandpa, like, I'm not sure how ingrained you were into the legal system growing up, but like, when you hear about court cases now versus when you were younger, like, is it the same? Were they doing loopholes and stuff like this at this extreme level back then? You hear me, Grandpa?
Yeah, I'm listening.
No, I'm asking you. Did you hear what I asked you?
No, you said something about some loopholes, but I thought you was talking to all of us.
No, I definitely said Grandpa, but it's okay. I was saying, Grandpa, when you were younger, do you remember like court cases? Like, did you hear on the radio or whatever that, like, did you hear all these loopholes and everything being used there? Or is this how it always been, or is this something new?
No, it could have been something always been, but when you're young and ain't got nothing but the radio, one thing you want in the show on Saturday, the news reel, the only thing you gonna know is what they tell you. Ain't nobody talking about no loopholes. it ain't like now with this social media. You go there and the newspaper tell you one thing, and you can't even check it right now. You can go on your computer and check anything. Dig deep. But back in the day, no, you accepted whatever they said. Except somebody who did some research, and they were few and far in between. And those who did the research went on to become judges because they found out this is just a game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, say that again, Grandpa. It is.
And I think that what also goes into it. I mean, so many laws have been changed. Well, laws have been added without other laws being removed, or was it eradicated, or whatever. It's too much has been stacked on stacked on stacked on stacked, and all it takes somebody to find that one doggone law to say, "Oh, remember, this is in place," and people get away with a whole bunch of they get away with a whole bunch of trash. Our legal system is just and I don't mean to trash it, because I got a lot of people in the legal system that I love, care, and respect, care about and respect, but it's just the system itself is trash.
What?
I want y'all to hear what she just said. She said, "Love, care, respect," then made an omission. Just love and respect. That care.
No, I don't care about.
Can you repeat that?
No, I was just saying that I don't want to be disrespectful to the legal system, because there are a lot of people I know that are in it that I love, respect, and care about, nephew. But overall, it is pretty trash. It really is a game of who can do the best research. That's what it feels like. Who can? It's like law is just it's a debate. It's not about whether it's absolute or not. It's about being able to present your case better. It's about who can talk the best game better. Like, so I did end up on another jury 7 years ago. It was a medical malpractice case. The doctor was wrong. He was wrong. Mm-hmm. But we had to find him not guilty based on how the charge. Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And it felt so grimy to have to sign off that this man was not guilty, but he was not guilty of how they worded the crime, not what he actually did. So his lawyers were just better lawyers with pushing back on verbiage and the questions to ask other than the family's lawyer.
Okay, now supposing you didn't have no lawyer.
You out.
For a lawyer.
You out. You better not do no crime.
Right.
That's what I've been saying. If you ain't got no money to pay nobody, you're going to jail. Ain't nobody going to search nothing. You could be telling the truth, and the proof is all out there, but you got to get somebody to be able to present that truth before court.
America all about.
Ain't nobody doing nothing for free.
Mm-hmm.
America, our jails right now is filled up because a lot of folks didn't have no representation.
Mm-hmm.
America all about money.
You plead guilty, instead of getting 5, you get 3.
Yep.
But you're going to jail. That's what they said. They're telling you.
That
make a plea, and we'll be lenient on you. We won't give you 10 years. We'll give you 8.
Right. Well, when I was younger, I used to be optimistic about these things, and I would talk about how things should be, and this ain't right, and this and that. Now that I'm 45, all I'm thinking about is, what's the damn loophole? How do I get through it? And I'm not concerned with shit else. Like, I want to know all the tax loopholes. I'm not interested in anything else. I want people out here making billions of dollars and paying 0 taxes.
Yep.
I need that. I don't need to know. I don't want to argue about is it fair or not. You know damn well it's not fair.
Yep.
I'm going to get in. I'm like, it's like, Chris, what's our movie? Boiler Room?
Yes.
Nobody wants to go to school and earn it anymore. It's all about the quick buck. I'm not interested in being right. I ain't interested in moralizing this stuff anymore. I'm trying to figure it out. When I die and I pass along our wealth, I want to pass it along tax-free to our children. Like, I'm not interested in anything else.
America, you're an example of what you're talking about, in the sense that when he first got elected president and he was talking about his taxes, he said, hey, I'm smart. When you're smart, you don't pay no taxes, on the dumb
folks. I just want to be like my president.
Your former president.
I don't know. You're president.
Oh, you tickle pops.
You remember the woman in New York that had what was her name? That had the big hotels and things, and they charged her, and she said only stupid people pay taxes.
Pay taxes.
And then she went to jail.
Hey, well, she ain't had the right. She probably only had a CPA. She didn't have a tax attorney on file too. So you need several attorneys.
Oh yeah.
Folks out here not paying taxes.
And she was all mouth. She might have irritated somebody,
That's probably what it was.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, man. There's a reason why these rich people donate to churches. And the main reason is because of this. Ain't no federal government about to go through the church's tax information, the tax history. You could have said you gave them $1 billion, and they're not going to go through it if it's a big enough church because it's too much to go through.
Mm.
I mean,
you can't go through their money anyway, can't you? Right?
No, they can't. Right now, I don't think you can't. You can't tax a church, from my understanding, as long as it's of good standing. Like, it's a reason. I mean, think about that, man. Like, you see all these rich people who claim they don't believe in God or have a faith or whatever, but they sure donate to a church because you can't if it's a high enough caliber church like a Joel Osteen church. Ain't no federal government.
Oh, you ain't messing with Joel Osteen.
Ain't no paperwork going through that. Ain't no federal government going through that. There's probably too many people hands tied in with that to even.
I don't know. What about the one that went to jail?
Who?
The one that built the dog house with the air conditioning in it.
You talking about Michael Vick?
No. A preacher. A church. He had a church, had a big congregation. You know what I'm talking about.
Let's
I
see.
do not.
Oh, we about to find out.
Well, I'll tell you this. If he went to jail, he wasn't on Joel Osteen's level.
He was big. He was big. I'm trying to think of his name.
It wasn't.
He back. He out of jail now, but I think he got another church.
Jim Baker.
Jim Baker.
Yep.
He was.
Him and Tammy Faye were running through the money.
Man, his dog had a air-conditioned dog house.
Yeah, he was a whole mess. Mess.
Jim Baker.
He must have slipped up because that church.
Yeah, remember Jim and Tammy Baker. Remember his
Tammy
wife?
Faye. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He must have slipped up because that church money is almost bulletproof.
You wasn't bulletproof.
You got to show that you're using it right, though.
That's right. They researched that and found out, man, he was really pulling off.
Mm-hmm. And nephew, so I've been trying to find the name of charging a whole company, but I don't see a name for it. I just saw an article about it says bringing criminal charges against corporations, but
like Google.
Oh, pervasiveness is that
like
it?
Racketeering?
No,
Is Trump's organization, is that a corporation?
I think it's the kingpin charge or something like that, where you could charge like you gotta get enough information to be able to connect all these people, but you can charge a whole organization from the top down based on.
Well, they're not charging Trump; they're charging Trump's organization. That's what's going to be revealed tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. But now racketeering is when you get the business under illegal activity.
Oh, okay.
So it's different.
All conversations I don't want to have with the government.
Hello.
I just want to figure out zero taxes. That's what I need. Like you make good money, then you gotta give it back to them. You be like, bro, I ain't even make that much. How am I gonna pay you that?
And you gotta pay a little bit in taxes so they won't send them people after you. The government, if they don't get a taste, they're gonna be like, hey, this is a threat. This is an insurgent.
Listen, I learned from President Trump. You keep that up because we'll crash that business. We'll just open a new one tomorrow. That boy, I'm learning from my president, man. I don't know what y'all learning, but I'm listening, fam. He declared bankruptcy in a heartbeat. What? Oh, that was that business. That business is defunct. They owed you money, man. Good luck. They don't got nothing. No, we the ABC Trump organization. This is Trump 2.0. We ain't out here messing around with that 1.0 stuff. They in debt and stuff. They owe folks money.
But you know what though? That tax evasion stuff it's another loophole. A lot of folks take advantage of. Because I remember, and it took, I think my sister had pointed out, when we were in college in Carbondale, it was this Chinese restaurant. It seemed like every 2 to 3 years they kept changing the name. And I'm like, why do they keep selling? Like, what is wrong with the ownership that they keep changing? That's not what they were doing. It was a tax loop that as long as you didn't own the business for more than 2 years, you didn't have to pay taxes. So right before the 2-year mark, they would change the name and the ownership of somebody else inside of the doggone family, and they just kept running their doggone business. Every doggone 2 years they would change. So 1 year is Crystal's fried rice. In 2 years, it's gonna be Joshua's fried rice. In 2 years after that, it's gonna be Pop's Yum Sum, and then it's gonna go to Pooh Bear's
Yum Sum.
I don't know, but I'm like the doggone tax loops that people find, and there's nothing you can do about it. So we can do that. So this is the thing. So Joshua, a few years ago, I don't know if you remember what year this was, but he came to me with the audacity, the caucasity of saying that he won't go pay no more taxes because we are Moors, and he's gonna prove his Moor status, and we ain't paying no more taxes.
You know, Grandma's maiden name was Moore.
Yes.
But you know,
so he wasn't incorrect.
Right. That's what Moore you're talking about.
With more status, they excuse me, but more status.
Make your throat with that Bud Light Platinum pop.
Yeah, definitely. Good idea.
Cleanse your throat.
Mm-hmm. But I think with the Moors, if you're gonna define, say you're not an American citizen and you want to claim these Moors rights, you got to start from the beginning. You can't go halfway now. You can't start out.
Yeah, that is true.
And change at your convenience, you know. Yeah, I ain't no American no more. I'm coming from my Moorish heritage. No, that don't work. I think that's what happened to my man. What's his name?
Wesley Snipes?
No, that's not Wesley Snipes.
That was Wesley Snipes?
Yeah.
That wasn't Wesley Snipes. It was something else for that, but
no, I think Wesley Snipes. That's why he was saying he wasn't gonna pay his taxes.
Right? Yeah.
More status.
Yeah, he was, saying that he's indigenous to his land. All of us are as black folks, and he was like, "No, I'm not gonna pay," until his uncle came and put them bracelets on him.
Yeah. I mean, he's technically not incorrect, but the sovereignty. I think what the movement is called the sovereignty movement, where you try to claim sovereignty of yourself and like of your land, whatever. But like, there's ways to do it, but like from what I understand, it's a very complicated process. And if you get like one form wrong and are given in at the wrong time, you will go to federal jail. Like they will take you to jail because it's like part of like the way you do it and the order you do it has like it can be construed as like treasonous or however they want to look at it. So you got to be 100%. And like there's people who write books on how to do it, like full big bindings like this thick, because it's incredible. Like the amount I watched a documentary about it. Like it's the amount of paperwork and the amount of time and legal fees.
Yeah. I know we know somebody that's gone through the process. Wesley didn't do it right. He claimed it, but he didn't have all his I's dotted and his T's crossed. He didn't even change his name. First of all, like you gotta change everything, right? It's a whole thing to it, like Josh is saying.
Yeah, like I think
it's real.
You gotta give up like your social security number and everything, right? Like
you're no longer an American citizen.
Yeah, you gotta get off the grid, and then it's something where you gotta have a bunch of separate stuff. It's like so many minute things that you, as being an American citizen, that you don't even know about, like in the day-to-day basis, that you'd have to either disassociate yourself with, give up, or claim in a different fashion. But yeah, man. Like
I've looked into it. Like I know a lot about it, not all of it, but my thing where it fell down for me is you still in the belly of the beast. So, now you're driving, you don't got a driver's license, and you encounter some cop who, if you did have a driver's license, he might give you smoke. And now you got this peculiar case to deal with. Like, they not honoring that. They not honoring none of that. Like, they shooting and killing folks.
Let me see if I can get somebody who actually did this process on next week, because I think I know somebody who can like talk about.
There's a guy, Omar Bay or whatever it is, but come on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows about Morocco. He said the United States is just a subsidiary of Morocco.
Not anymore. It was. And when America got its independence is when they paid off their debt to Morocco. We actually talked about this. So when George Washington and them, they owned a debt to the Sultan of Morocco way back in the day. And it was for, obviously, they're starting up a country that was fighting a war. They needed money. And before they can claim independence from Britain, after they claim independence from Britain, in order to be seen as a country by the world, they had to pay off their debt. So that the independent thing, I think, wherever 1776 or whenever America really became America, was when they finally paid that off.
Okay, well, my understanding too is that Morocco, the United States, was recognized by Morocco, the first one.
Yes,
and that was all
because they paid off their debt to the Sultan. That's
when they. Oh, okay, go ahead.
You know what? Let's do that next week. We're gonna talk about that history. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna get some stuff, but I gotta go back to work. But y'all, let's do our final thoughts real quick. I'm gonna go first on saying.
You're part of the system, man.
It's a sad thing when your grandpa points out the obvious about yourself, and he's like, "I'm free. $30,000 is nothing."
That ain't that bad.
He said, "You're poor."
The poor and the tawdry. The poor and the tawdry.
But my final thoughts of the day is we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about, since next week is 4th of July, we're gonna talk about how America got its independence, and it wasn't just from Britain. What about you, Auntie?
I guess to follow up on that, my final thoughts is I don't care nothing about the 4th. This is just a date. But what I do care about is my son's, my nephew's birthdays today, and celebrating 20 years of marriage this weekend to this little handsome fella next to me.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to RD and shout out to my little brother Cole.
Yes, happy birthday.
They're both. Oh wait, Cole's older than RD.
Cole's older.
Cole's 20 and RD's 18. So that's
yeah. 2001, I think.
RD was 2003. Yep. So I'm just
2003. No.
RD's 2003.
Oh, okay.
Right? Okay. Cole's 2001.
Yep.
Yeah, 2001. Okay.
So my final words is it's just a good week for celebration, and I enjoyed today's conversation. I can't wait for next week when we get some more. Y'all know I thought I heard the other word. Y'all kept saying Morocco. I was like, wait a minute, are we supposed to be drinking?
No. We're gonna do that next week. I definitely gotta get back now. But
okay.
But we're gonna do it. I'm gonna do a little more research so I can get my dates and stuff down. But it's definitely gonna happen. What about you, Uncle Pooh?
Well, I think Cuba.
Go ahead, man. That was on my mind.
See how much he cares about me going back to work, and Uncle Pooh is like, I don't care.
All I want to know about it, we want to discuss pre-Cuba. Pre-Castro, before he was in there.
Oh,
I want to talk.
We can do an episode on that too.
Pops want to bring in some Baptista conversation, right? I love it.
Yeah, right. You know that Batista was a dictator, right? He wasn't voted in. He went in there with a coup and took over Cuba. Nobody want to talk about this dictator. They want to talk about Castro, who educated the people.
I tried to move out. We gonna talk about that one next week.
All right. I'll be there.
I don't even know why I have an opinion on this show anymore. Grandma, what's your final thought?
This week with Crystal saying that we don't celebrate the 4th of July, right?
I'm gonna point that one there.
Yeah. 4th of July, man. Y'all ain't gonna keep pushing this mess on us. But yeah, looking forward to celebrating our 20th wedding anniversary. 24 karat magic in the air. Yeah. We're going to see a concert. So we're going to have a whole lot of fun this weekend. So
Congratulations, y'all.
yeah.
What about
Cheers
you,
to
Grandpa?
y'all.
What's your final thought, Grandpa?
Now, who mentioned it? I just want to do some pre-Castro stuff. I just want to talk about Fulgencio Batista.
All right, we'll do that
And
too.
all the black people he killed. That's what I want to talk about.
Okay, well we this is the
Hey,
Untitled Black History Channel show,
the Holocaust for black folks, you know.
The Holy Ghost.
The Holy Ghost, Holocaust.
Wait, the Holy Ghost. The Holy Ghost.
This is the best.
Well, we'll be back next week, y'all, with another heater.
Yeah.
You know. But all right, love you guys. We'll see you guys next week.
Love y'all.
All right, Josh. Have a good day. Talk to you later, bro.
Anniversary.